Welcome to the 25th anniversary of living, laughing, loving, what did I learn there? I don't know, the Ed Sullivan Show. And touring and reading poetry and being amazing and outrageous all over the world. Most recently, Russia, Durham, Paris, everywhere, just like Stompin' Tom. Basically, I mean, watch very carefully tonight. I'm sure you'll notice a lot of Stompin' Tom in both of these wonderful, wonderful poets. For those of us in the know, and we're all in the know, Lone Wolf Productions. A big round of applause. Has made this evening possible. Paul Seesequasis, we love you, we wish you were here. Thank you for all the work you put into this. So I don't forget when Adeena does come up here sometime in the next 20 minutes when I'm finished. No, it'll only be a minute or two. Maybe seconds, who knows? Clock me, I don't see if I can. Blaine Spiegel. Blaine, you're going to see some wonderful images that Blaine Spiegel behind Adeena, and she's performed for us, and also in her new book, this poem. The images in the book are also by Blaine Spiegel. So, Adeena Karasick, who is she? She's a poet, but she's not just a poet. Not that being just a poet isn't enough, God knows. She's also a cultural theorist, and she crosses borders with her cultural theory. She teaches at Fordham University in New York. What campus? Do you teach at the one at Lincoln Center?
Both.
Oh, I'm so fucking jealous. Can you imagine teaching at a campus at Lincoln Center? Whoa. I'd never get away from that fancy little restaurant on the piazza. I'd never get to class. Anyway, she's a cultural theorist. She's a clinically, oh, there's a Freudian slip. She is a clinically, that's a new word, clinically. She is a clinically acclaimed author of 7 books of poetry and poetic theory. She is professor of has been professor of global literature at St. John's University. Her writing has been described, as you will very soon see, electricity in language, and it's noted for its cross-fertilization of punning and knowing and theory, marked with an urban, Jewish, and feminist aesthetic that continually challenges normative modes of meaning, production, and blurs the lines between popular culture and scholarly discourse, which is all very important. But please don't forget, she's very, very hot. A big round of applause for Adeena Karasick.
There's just no, when could you ever say there's no place for wine? Very, very rarely. Okay, so this next piece is actually, I'm debuting tonight. I wrote during thinking about the election. So I was sitting in the dark, shivering with my 14-year-old daughter over many, many blankets, and we were thinking about the election, and we were thinking about the hurricane, and this is what, I guess it was singing, oh, Shoshana, don't you cry for me, with its frictional flickers, flecks of screaming memes, mounted with lexical pivots, parties of oscillate postulates, this home is quickening its pace, adjusting its race, all frantically wired and sleepless and fueled with the sense that the wind is at its back, an alien voted block back around, all brazen and bridled in a supercindescent of slippery ceiling, singing in the flotsam frayed rain stay in a skyfall, did fall down, fall, skyball. Oh, this rain has come again in a nuanced, naughty denouement, and just doesn't fancy a fade out, but like a savage, garish, moody poster portrait of betted affects, refracted their attacks, as axioms, praxis, it is hurling itself towards you like a philophonememic flophouse of hoarded trauma. And it's got its own 4-year plan and a faux fur fuzzy ladybinder, all titty-tasseled and teasered like a bedazzled Suria, and says, "Call me maybe, but my real name is..." Freighted with big city mixes of aggregates, auguries, mockeries, a jelly belly, jubilee, a jamming, jarrons, errands, articles, porticles of quatta, seppa, centa, cent. Oh, this poem is a coalition of discontent, and is so on a roll, like a shore club style pub, happy-go flux, your shelf selfies of lexical proxemics, like a nymphy simplex, posing as a post-mediated quirky surplus of techno-flick flourishes in whiskey thicket and agon of egged-on add-ons, asking whose excess rewards a barockified raconteur, who's getting all up in its cups when its copula runneth over, who's soft chewing their way through exquisite catachresis in the aesthetics of push property, of parody parties, of portfolio video hillbillies, and who's doing an I'm gang doppelganger Prada horse dance through the gawkstock and hackstackers, trickery, hickory, lexically lit hickeys flickering in the limelight conduits, coteries of bluster, foster, fluster, muster, plutard, and says, "Occupy this," ancillary syllabary, aberrant opulence, in the ideologically squishy Big Maxim, Pat Baccalaureate, kickbacks, ramshackle, shackle, knick-knack, or a picky-purky pickpocketer in a pair of polyzastily slacks.
Well, that was Adeena Karasick, and in Adeena Karasick's own words, because I didn't call her hot for no good reason. I called her hot because in Adeena Karasick's own words, that was an example of the full-bodied, zesty, rustic, supple, vintage, fertile hotbed, protruding lip of wild, currant, plum shadings, no wild cherry, berry, fig, spice, raisona non grappa. My bouquet is a buttery, jammy, chewy flavor profile. Yay! And that, for your information, was from Adeena's poem, "My Love is Like a Fine, Fine Wine." Is this a microphone for me? No, it's not. It's not a microphone for me. This is a microphone for our next very, very esteemed and special guest. But I decided that we had to, that even though these two people do tour together, and there are some similarities in their styles, they're also very different. They're very unique artists in their own right. So I thought my costume should be a little more subtle in the second act. And then you won't know this from looking at me, much in the same way that you will not know by looking at me that I am in fact Canadian. You will also not know by looking at me that there is a beautiful black and silver net pendant that has broken and slipped down into the lower parts of my costume. So I hope you'll all be able to enjoy that for the next half hour. But to the business at hand. Bill Bissett But before we start, another big, big round of applause for the incredible Adeena Karasick, Blaine Spiegel, Jordan Stone, the Gladstone, the Writers Union of Canada, and God love them. They just sent me to Cyprus for 2 weeks. The God-forsaken Canada Council. Thank you! So a big round of applause for a beautiful pair of lips that make the most beautiful sounds. Bill Bissett.
Excellent, thanks very much, Raj. Thank you, everyone. And everyone is fabulous, yes? It's a new mime poem I'm working on. Stars. Is it all right if I say, I don't know, I said, is it all right if I say, I don't know, I said, I don't know, I said, I don't know, I said, is it all right if I say, I don't know, I said, stars, stars, oh yeah, all right, is it, I said, is it all right if I say, I don't know, I don't know, I said, is it all right if I say, I don't know, I said, can you count the stars? So many stars filling out all over the skies. Can you count the skies? Your cock and me, my cock and you, the stars filling out all over the skies are come spilling out all over the skies, all over the stars, all over the stars, all over the sky's full of stars spilling out all over us. Can you, can you count the stars? I'll count the stars spilling out all over us. So the stars. Thank you very much.
Adeena, come up and take a final bow together with Bill. Have a little bow. And a big round of applause for all of you. Thank you so much for coming to the 25th anniversary. And to finish off with one very brief haiku that says everything. I wrote it, of course. One more haiku. That's what I love about haiku. You can always fit one in when you're overtime. You can say that about a lot of things. This one is inspired by popular culture, which much of Bill and Adeena's work, well, not all of it, but much of it. This is inspired by Herman's Hermits. And we've heard so many beautiful things tonight. Now it's time to go to sleep. And in the spirit of going to sleep, this poem, dedicated to Herman's Hermits, goes like this. If there's a kind of hush all over the world, then why can't you shut up? Thank you very much, Adeena and Bill. Buy a book, buy a CD. See you in 25 years.